Hi Twin Flames, hi Lightworkers. How are you guys doing today? This is Lisha and Nandi with another video. Thank you so much for joining me. I just want to say thank you guys to all of you for sharing my videos, for subscribing, for coming here with us each time I post a video to take part and to listen in and to, I know you're here with me in spirit, sharing your stories with me in spirit, and it's just amazing to me. I feel the energy that you guys are sending me, and I feel the love. And I just want to say thank you so much, sending it right back to you guys. And that's why I keep doing these videos. That's why I continue. Even there are days like today when I didn't really feel like doing anything, but my spirit guides were reassuring me that I should go ahead and make this video for you guys. And so, it's been a struggle this week again, and as I told you guys, on this journey, it's not easy, but we try to continue on and do the best we can under the circumstances. And I just want to encourage you guys because, like I said, I'm on this journey with you. I'm in communication, but this week my twin flame and I, we had some disagreements. And so it's been kind of a little bit crazy. And plus today's a full moon in Aquarius. So, I know that has a lot to do with the energies as well. But I've been really enjoying this series. And I just want to give a shout out again to all the divine masculines who are doing the work. I just want to say I'm so proud of you guys because I know that you see there's a bigger picture in all of this. And I know that this is the time when you guys are starting to realize that. And, no matter what things have gone on in your past, no matter what things have prevented you from finding or being with your divine feminine, you guys are still aware and awakening to the fact that you have a greater mission here on earth, and you have a responsibility to complete that mission with your divine feminine. So I just want to say, keep going. I want to encourage you, and I want to say, that this is a time for you guys to shine. And, there's some things that we're going to get into in this last video, or maybe I may have one more video, because it seems like when I get to talking, my angels keep telling me to share things with you guys that are so important. And that's why these videos tend to be longer than I want them to be. But, there's just so much information, and I start to hear what they're telling me to say to you guys as I go through the verses of the song. And so the videos do get longer, but I'm going to try to hone in on some things today, and we may end up talking about some really deep stuff. And I just want to say thank you for sticking with me. If you can get through the whole video, I want you guys to jot down in the comments, I made it, because that's going to help me understand if you guys are actually listening to the whole video, or if I need to make them shorter. So, but there's so much good information in these videos, so I hope you guys are able to make it through. So last time we left off at the chorus, and I actually was only able to get through the chorus in the last video. But if you haven't checked out the first and the second video, please go back and do that, because they have some really great knowledge in there. And, we've been laughing through these videos because there's been some humor involved, and, we've just had a lot of good times. So they're really entertaining. They're becoming more and more entertaining, I should say, as time goes on. And also, just to update you guys, I spoke a lot to you guys about my new EP that I released this week on August 8th, the Lionsgate Portal. And I'm so happy to say that it's now on Spotify and Apple Music. So you guys can start streaming. Yay! Streaming my album. And it has, like I told you guys, it has 3 of the songs that we've covered here on this video, on this channel. Come Back to Me, which is the one we're doing now. It has Waiting for Love, which is another great series, and it has the other one is I can't even think right now on my own album. Waiting for Love. Oh, and then No Wasted Tears. So those 3 we have covered here on this channel. And then there are 2 other new songs that I hope you enjoy, that are on there as well. Lover's Prayer and Only Us. And those 2 are beautiful songs that I hope to cover real soon in an upcoming series with you guys. So please stream my video. Please stream my album on Spotify, Apple Tunes, Apple Music now. It used to be iTunes, but it's Apple Music now. and Tidal, Deezer, all these music platforms. If it's not there, it will be there probably by the end of the week or next week. So please go and check it out. And I hope you guys heard me talk about the album cover and how I came up with that last time in the last video, Come Back to Me Part 2. It was really amazing, and I hope you guys have a chance to listen to it. If you haven't already, go back and check that video out, because it was really one of those things that's has lots of synchronicities to it, and divine timing, everything, all that working together. This is just how our journey is, you guys. Divine timing is working in this journey with your twin flame. So you don't need to worry about what time, how long it's taking, or what time it is on your journey, because this is what we do. We trust and we have faith that everything is going to work out for the better. And we just have to keep working on healing ourselves so that we can get there. And I know the divine masculines will know this more than anyone, because they know that they are having to go through a lot of things before they can get to their divine feminines a lot of times. And that's why the separation can go on as long as it does, because the divine masculines have a lot of things to work through. Okay, so they have to work through maybe their finances, they have to work through maybe career or job situations, or family. They may have a family from a previous relationship, or they may still be in a relationship that you just need to figure out how you're gonna leave the one person you're with to be with your twin flame. And that is not an easy task. So divine feminines, if you are noticing that your divine masculine is in any of these type of situations, you have to give them time to get out of it, and they have to come out of it in their own time, and that will be divine timing, because their spirit guides are going to help them get through it and get out of it and at the right moment. Okay, so don't get frustrated, don't get upset, don't get sad, because I know for me it's even hard, because there are days when I just really miss my twin and I want him to be with me and in my life, but because of the circumstances we're not together yet, and it's painful. It is painful, but I'm learning every day to love myself more and more. My angels are telling me and teaching me how to do that, and giving me things like this platform to be able to talk about it and express my own concerns and wishes and desires, and my hope that I have that we will eventually be together. And I want to give you guys an affirmation that I always use, because it's one that really means a lot to me, and that is, whatever is meant for me is already mine. Okay, so don't worry about it becoming yours. It was meant for you. It's already yours. It's already in the making. You just have to believe in it, hope for it, continue to pray and meditate, and it'll be drawn to you as you raise your vibration. Okay, that's what it is you got to get to your vibration. Your vibrational frequency has to be high enough for you to be able to maintain whatever it is that you desire. Okay, so if you want your twin flame relationship to come into union, you have to maintain the frequency of being in union. And guess what you can do? You can actually watch videos from twin flames who are in union, and they will give you great advice as to how to get to union. You can go and check out other resources. You can read things. You can go on Instagram and find lots of great material. So you just have to be able to be proactive on your journey. Okay, and raising your vibration doesn't mean just one thing. You can do lots of different things to raise your vibration. You can sing, you can dance, you can write, you can vlog, you can blog, you can do things that make you happy, like gardening, going out to the beach, going out in nature, eating good foods that you love that are healthy. All these things will raise your vibration. Playing with pets or animals, if you have kids, playing with your kids, doing things that'll help heal your inner child. I color, I draw, I do all these things, and it helps raise my vibration whenever I'm sad. And I guess if you guys haven't already known this from previous videos, I am in contact with my spirit babies, and they always give me guidance and tell me how to raise my vibration too. And usually they want me to do things with them, which is so cute, because it is helping heal my inner child at the same time. So shout out to my spirit babies. I love you. And if you guys haven't gotten a chance to understand what all of these things are yet, don't worry. If something kind of triggers you or scares you and makes you wonder what's going on with, why is she talking about spirit babies, or why is she talking about angels? or spirits so much. And it's because I'm in tune with their frequency, because I've been able to raise my vibration and elevate myself to a point where I can be in contact with them. And these are the gifts that I have. And we all have different gifts. So if you can't necessarily communicate with your spirits or spirit babies or higher beings, then that's okay. Maybe you have a better maybe your gift is doing something else, like music or art, painting, sculpting. You have probably so many different gifts that you don't even realize that you have. If you're not a tarot reader, maybe you're into writing books, or maybe you can do self-help books for twin flames, or maybe you can do a vlog or another session on start a YouTube channel, to help twin flames. Maybe you're good at communicating verbally, so there's so many different avenues to be able to do your mission here on earth, okay? Because we need it right now. The world needs you. The world needs me. We are light workers. We're here to help heal humanity and to help heal ourselves so that we can shine our light and help draw others to the light. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead into the second verse of Come Back to Me. Like I told you guys, this was kind of a rough kind of week for me. There's been things that have happened that, I always like to give you a little piece about my journey and my twin flame journey. There's been disagreements and things that have come up with me and my twin flame that have caused us to kind of bicker a little bit. But, sometimes as a divine feminine, we have to hold our ground. We have to stand our ground because we know what's true in our heart. We can feel it. And sometimes, when things happen that just the scales are not balanced, and we know this, okay, in the situation, and we might be giving way more way more in the situation, or feel like we're giving way more to our twin, and we just need to take some time to step back and give back to ourselves, because a lot of times it can be hard, when we are giving so much and we're not getting in return whatever it is that we think we're giving out. Now, your twin flame always is giving to you on the 5D, no matter what. You and your twin flame are always, sharing this energetic union in the 5D. Okay, so don't ever think that that you can't achieve that on the physical plane, because you can. But it does take a lot of work to get there, and that's when you guys have the arguments, and you go back and forth, or you go into separation, or you start ghosting one another because of disagreements. These things are triggers that we're going to have to face in order for us to get on to communication and union. So whenever you feel like something is going on in your twin flame relationship that's just so devastating, I want you to step back and say to yourself, if I hadn't gone through this, would I be researching on how to better love myself? Would I be taking time out to do the things that I need to do to improve my health, to improve my overall well-being as far as spiritually? Would I be meditating? Would I start meditating every day if I hadn't gone through this? Or would I start seeking out answers and trying to start something in my own self, in my own life, that would help other twin flames? Maybe not, so you have to be thankful for everything that happens on this journey, including, and most importantly, separation. Okay, so and this is what leads me into the second verse, because I really do speak on separation at this point, and just not being physically with my twin. The second verse says, daily I feel the pain of never knowing the how or the way you'll come here to stay. And that's a lot right there in that one sentence, because it's like telling you guys every day, I feel this pain. And it's so true. As divine feminines, we long for our masculines, and we know that they secretly long for us too. But as a divine feminine, we are faced with that pain every single day. And the divine masculines, what do? They run from that pain every single day until they can face it. And that's where the runner phase comes into play, because they have ways of running and escaping from the pain. And that's usually what takes the longest, is for them to come to grips with the pain of missing their twin. And then they start to realize that they want to be with their twin, and then they come around. But, divine masculines, like I told you guys, once you're on a certain level in this journey, you can tap into that divine masculine energy if you're a divine feminine, and vice versa. And you can explain to others what it is and what they're going through. So the divine masculines, they tend to get themselves drowned in work, so they don't have to feel a lot of things at the beginning. Because like I said, what I tell you, and separation sucks. And then also, the other videos that I've been speaking to you about on this Come Back to Me series, the divine masculine is awakened with his crown chakra and root chakra first. The divine feminine is awakened on her heart chakra first. And so the divine masculines are always in their headspace, always trying to figure out things, okay? And so the other thing that they tend to do is to drown themselves in work, or they start trying to plan things, or, maybe they go on long trips, or maybe they decided to go, way across the country or way away from the divine feminine, thinking that's going to prevent them from feeling the pain that they're going through, and when they miss them. It doesn't work, but they have to go through it. Let them go. Let them go across the country. Let them do what they need to do. Let them go to the other side of the world. Guess what? They're still going to feel you, no matter where they are. Okay? Let them take their trips. Let them do it, because they're going to still feel you, divine feminine. And, this is one of the things that I'm laughing, because my angels are tickling me right now, telling me, you're telling the truth when you feel these little vibrations in your soul. And they're telling me, yes, this is true. The divine masculines will try to stay busy, drown themselves in work, drown themselves in doing all kinds of things, so they don't have to face up to the fact that they have these feelings towards this divine feminine. And so, that's why I say daily, I feel the pain of never knowing the how or the way you'll come here to stay, because as a divine feminine, we just have to wait it out. And it hurts, and it does hurt, because we don't know how it's going to happen. And that's the most craziest part about this journey, is that you really don't know how this is all going to culminate and come together, because the divine masculine just has to work it out, okay? He has to work it on out, and he has to do it in his own time. He has to come to grips with who he is as a light worker, as well as he has to open up his heart chakra. Now, all of that, if you just imagine, if something happened to you as a divine feminine, okay, and you just didn't have access to your heart, okay, for whatever reason, let's just say that you ended up going through something so traumatic that you shut down your heart altogether, okay, and you just didn't want to have anything to do with love anymore. Maybe you guys have been here. You guys, some of you, I know, as divine feminines, you've been here before, because you're already starting to be like, okay, I know where she's going with this. So you shut your heart down. You say, I'm never going to love anybody ever again. I don't believe in this, all this fantasy love. This is just crazy. I've been hurt too much. I've had several people that hurt me so bad. I'm never opening my heart up ever again. Okay, and this is actually what the divine feminine has gone through in her dark night of the soul. Oh my God, I got these chills again. Okay, so the divine feminine has gone through this dark night of the soul, where she has closed off her heart to all future suitors, including her divine masculine, because she has been hurt so much in the past. And so when we do this, okay, we don't expect to find anyone who can open it up again. We really don't. We just give up. We just really did give up on love altogether. We dreamt about this fairy tale love. We played around with it, the idea of it, when we were kids. We had the fairy princesses and the costumes that we went and wore to try to make ourselves believe that we are going to find this true love, like Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, all these Disney characters that we believed in, Belle, all these people, all these characters we believed in, and wanted to hope that that's going to be how our life ends up, in the future. And then we ended up growing up and getting hurt over and over again by different people in the past, our karmic partners. So they were there to teach us a lesson, okay? Believe it or not, they were there to teach us a lesson. Each one had a different lesson to teach us, but it also made us close up our hearts. So, so this is our dark night of the soul. Divine feminines have actually been going through it a little bit prior to meeting their divine masculine. So this is why when you actually do meet your divine masculine, you are just blindsided by this love, and you are so taken aback by the fact that this love has hit you so hard that you cannot shake the feeling. It's crazy to you, and you automatically feel vulnerable again. You feel, attracted to this person in ways that you never thought you'd ever be attracted to someone anymore. And again, ever again. And so you just, you have to go through that. You go through this awakening of your heart chakra that's just so powerful. It's so powerful that you start crying, you start having an emotional turmoil, ups and downs, and wonder what is going on with you. And you're like, what is happening? This is, just imagine this happening to you, and you've already been on this journey for a while now, but just imagine this happening to you all over again, okay? I don't think that any of us want to go through that again, that dark night of the soul. But guess what? Your divine masculine is going through his dark night of the soul after he meets you. Woo! So clue number one, the divine masculines go through their dark night of the soul after they meet you. I don't know why I'm laughing, because I do know why, but it's just it's funny to talk about it, but at the same time, it's so real that it's like, oh my God, this is a revelation that we didn't know about. So, my angels are telling me to keep going with this, because a lot of people don't realize this. The divine feminine goes through her dark night of the soul prior to meeting her divine masculine in most cases. And the divine masculine, once he meets the divine feminine, is awakened, and he goes through his dark night of the soul after he meets the divine feminine. Which is exactly why we go through separation. Because guess what? He has to go through his dark night of the soul without you, so he can figure out what's going on himself. Right, masculines? I mean, come on, let's get real here. I know some of y'all are like, yeah, that's the ticket, So this is why we have to have these conversations, okay? And this is why the angels are telling me to keep going, because I think this is going to help so many people out there and that are twin flames to understand exactly what's going on. Okay, so when the divine masculines, like I said, they have already had really great connections in their crown chakra and their root chakra, but when they meet the divine feminine, they end up activating her heart chakra and reactivating it and opening it up. And so she is completely exposed. Her heart is exposed. She can't get over this feeling. She's got these feelings for this person. It's just amazingly, incredibly overwhelming to her. And the divine masculine is like, yeah, he feels that for a moment too. He feels all of that. And he gets scared about it because those feelings are so overwhelming. He starts thinking about how he can shut it off. He starts thinking, oh God, oh God, oh God, how can I turn this off? Let me just go drown myself in some work, go do some stuff, some construction, or let me go build a farm. I'm laughing so hard, this is funny. Let me go start a family somewhere, or do something else, or get a career in, something crazy. Let me go devote my life to Wall Street. Let me go become, I don't know, whatever they think. It's just funny because they start really getting involved with their external life more so than they should, because they're trying to escape, and like I told you guys, for a lot of them, it can be even into alcohol and drugs. They start getting more and more, into things that, cause them to be more unhealthy. And so, this is why you guys are going through this, okay? So your divine feminine has started to tap on your heart chakra, you guys are scared. You guys go run and try to keep it closed off to her. And this is what happens, but the divine feminine is already woken in her heart chakra now at this point. And she really does start to feel that true love again. We start believing again in true love. And the fairy tale and the fantasy, we can have this with this person. Oh my God, we can have all of this back again. This Cinderella type love. This is gonna come bring me my glass slipper, and it's gonna fit, and all this is gonna happen so beautifully. We get all up there, okay, in our headspace. We start having these illusions and delusions about what it is gonna take place now, because we've fallen in love. We've fallen in love with our divine masculine, and we're just chasing him because we just feel like we got to have it now. Okay, so it's real. He's given us all those clues and signs at the very beginning, that love bubble phase. Okay, so for an instant, for like maybe a millisecond, the divine masculine's heart chakra does open up just enough for the feminine to get in there and plant that seed, and he starts reflecting that love to her, and that's where she gets hooked. Okay, that's where she gets hooked. And divine masculines already felt that and got hooked. And so they didn't know what hit them. And so then they end up going and running, because they're like, what the heck is just going on? I can't I can't let this happen to me. I can't do this. I can't be showing her I'm vulnerable like this. I can't talk about my feelings. I can't do all that. So he runs and he escapes through his whatever it is that he escapes to. Like I just gave you guys a list of things that he might try to do. And if you guys know things that divine masculines do when they run, put them in the comments. I want to hear some stories, okay? Because this is it. We're getting to the nitty-gritty of everything right now. Okay, and now I'm all awake, because earlier I was kind of like, I don't want to do this, but it's important that I do this video, and it's important that I share with you guys these things. And now I'm feeling so much more awake because it's fun now. It's becoming more vibrant, and my spirit and my soul is happy because I'm able to give you guys some knowledge that I feel is going to really help you, and also be a little entertaining as well. Okay, and even though it's painful, even though I'm still struggling, because, like I said, I was not having it with my divine masculine today, and, but I just had to let him do his thing. You have to let them do their thing sometimes. But, so you go into this line, I said, daily I feel the pain of never knowing the how or the way. You don't know how it's going to happen. You'll come here to stay, but the seed is already planted in you, that this is going to happen. That's another thing that the divine feminines get at the beginning of the journey, is a vision of union. We get it so clear as day. We get it. That's our clue that as to what is happening and where we're going to eventually end up. Okay, so don't blame the divine feminine for these, delusions, I would say, of grandeur, but it's really just like fantasies that we have. Fantasies that we have of being with our twin. Divine masculines don't ever say divine feminines are crazy for having these ideas, because they have been put into our essence. It's like almost like finding a lost secret pearl, and they have been put into our essence for us to be able to activate at the time when we meet you as a divine masculine, to know that this is what's coming. Okay, so we get this little preview of what's supposed to happen, and that's what leads us to chase you guys, and that's what leads you to run. Okay, so don't blame the divine feminine masculines, and divine feminines, don't blame the divine masculines for running because they got scared. Okay, the next line says, so I trust in my heart, the only thing that keeps me from falling apart. Right? Isn't it true? We have to trust. We have to trust on this journey. That's the only way we're going to get through this. Trust our guides, trust our heart, trust our spirit, trust our soul. Trust that we're on the right path. And you have to go inside in order to know that. Some people might ask, how do I know if I'm doing the right thing or if I'm on the right path? How do I know? Trust your intuition. Go inside, sit quietly and meditate, and your spirit guides will always tell you the answers you need to know. And if you don't know and you still don't know, ask them. Say it out loud, speak it out, or write it down, what you really need from your spirit guides and your angels, because they will share things with you. Every time I write it down or ask out loud, I get an answer, okay? So just know that angels are here to help us, but they can't help us unless we ask them to, all right? So you do have to trust in your heart. Divine Feminine, you have to, because that's the only thing that's going to keep you from falling apart. That's what I said. So it's true. Your angels know it. And then I go in the next line, I say, but it's just the start, because truly the trust is just the start of what you really have to do on this journey. The next line says, faith is the key to building trust within you and me. I believe. Okay, so this is what I believe on my journey, and what every, twin flame journey should have as a fundamental. Faith is and trust. Okay, the Divine Feminine has to have faith that this is really a true connection and a true connection and possibility in her life. Okay, you've been exposed, you've had the awakening, you've had the Kundalini rising, you've been able to understand more about yourself as a person, you've been doing the work, you've been researching, you've been trying to share things with your twin about what it is that you've felt and had these revelations and this this wonderful vision of what you guys are going to have in the future. And you have all of these things that come up in you, and they're all beautiful things that need to be shared, but at the right time. But you have to have faith that it's going to happen. You don't know how it's going to happen, or what kind of way it's going to happen. You don't know when your masculine is going to come around to this idea that they're on this journey with you, because honestly the divine masculine sometimes don't even know what a twin flame is either, and they really get triggered or scared and run away because of the maybe you telling them that they are your twin flame. So sometimes that could be the trigger to make them go run, and have you guys to be in separation. But you have to have faith, okay? Faith that you said the right thing, faith that your masculine is going to come back, and faith in your angels that they're going to guide you the right way to do whatever you need to do to continue to heal alone on this journey until things, until you guys come back together. So the faith is the first thing that you have to have, and then the trust. Okay, that's going to help build trust when you guys do finally come back into reunion, which is the meeting up again, or the meeting up for the first time for some of you, because maybe you've been in communication online and you haven't actually physically met, such is the case with me and my twin. So once you guys are in reunion, which is the actual physical meeting, whether you come in reunion the first time and then you go back apart as separation, because sometimes when you really first meet your twin physically, you might have problems, and they might seem different from the way they were when you were talking to them online. Okay, so that's the other thing, is that some twins, have been in communication online before they even go into reunion. And you have to understand that when you guys finally meet up, that could be what causes you're going to have the blissful time and whatnot, and the amazing, but that's going to also be the time when you're going to have to see each other face to face. And it could be the trigger that makes your masculine run, because they get overwhelmed by these feelings, or it could make the divine feminine run. Sometimes it's the feminine that runs after, experiencing the masculine physically, for the first time. But if you've already had a physical physical meeting with your twin, and that's how you guys first met, and then you go into separation after that, then you're going to have to work through your issues and have faith and trust that you guys are gonna come back together once you guys have healed individually. Okay, so that's what you need to do in order to get into union, whatever stage you're in, whether you've been online talking to each other and you go and meet up and then you go into separation that way, or whether you have physically met up in the beginning, and you go into separation after having physically met, and then you maybe start communicating online, or some kind of communication comes in because you guys want to be able to talk to each other but not actually see each other at that point because it's so overwhelming to you. Okay, so different twin flame journeys are different for different sets of twins. So just know that. Okay, some people are going to be coming into reunion first, and some people are going to have online communication first. It just depends on how your journey is supposed to play out. So you have to kind of go off of your own, like I said, intuition, to understand what these things mean to you and how you can interpret them for your journey. But the trust and the faith are the same no matter what. No matter what phase you're at or stage you're in or how it comes about, you still have to have trust that you guys are going to be together, and faith that you guys are doing the right thing and that you're being led down the right path by your angels, okay? So then I go into a little bit more of the song, and the next line says, "And love will lead you on from the cave you choose to hide in so long." Oh, okay, wow, that's a powerful line too, because we're just talking about separation, right? So we're talking about how you go from being either in physical reunion with your twin, and then you go into separation, or you've been in online and you decide to meet your twin for the first time, and then you go into separation. So the love is what's going to lead you on as a divine feminine and a divine masculine. Okay, so the divine masculine, I told you guys, they tend to run into hiding. And they hide in whatever way they hide. They have. In this particular line, I say, "From the cave you chose to hide in so long." So it's the divine feminine's love that will allow her masculine, after she continues to give love to him every day, as far as like sending him love, and the divine masculine is going to feel that love no matter where they are in this world. Okay, so realize that. Excuse me, guys. I had to cough there. So my throat chakra is being cleared and healed up. So I'm thankful for that. Thank you, angels. So the divine masculines tend to run, and like I said, they do things, but they go into some type of cave. They have some type of mental cave that they go into, and they just kind of like sit there and they just kind of stew over things and really make a lot of things bigger than what they should be in their mind. They sit there and they stew. They, they think over and over again. They go over and over in their mind what they could have done different. How they could have, how they could have avoided this whole thing. That's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about, how in the world did I get in this situation, and how can I go and erase it all and make it not happen, make it not so. So they're trying to figure out how to erase this whole thing. But at the same time, the love is there, and they can feel you sending them love, divine feminine. And that's what you got to continue to do. No matter what happens on this journey, is continue to send your twin flame love on the 5D, whether you are the divine feminine or the divine masculine. But if you are the runner, if you are the chaser, then you need to stop chasing and start sending them love on the 5D, as well as allowing that love to be, come from within, from source, okay? So you're first going to channel that love from source directly. In your meditation, every day, you're going to be channeling that love from source directly, okay? And this is what you need to do so that you don't lose your strength and your stamina on this journey, because it does get rough, okay? And if you don't have what it takes, if you don't have the tools to keep going, if you're not refueling yourself every day with love, with keeping yourself healthy, with making sure you're eating properly, then you're going to run out of energy quickly, okay, on this journey. You're going to run out of energy You're going to be tired a lot, feel fatigued, exhausted. You're not even going to be able to go to work if you have a job and continue to work every day with enough energy. You're going to feel so exhausted. I've been there, because this is why I'm telling you guys. It happens quickly on this journey if you don't know how to go back to your meditation and channel the love in from source every single day. You will get burnt out on this journey quickly. So please, Divine Feminines, stay strong and keep your channel open for love, okay? Because you're going to be bringing the love in directly from source, and you're going to need to send that love to your twin. After basically the love is coming in from source to you, because you need to heal yourself and love yourself first. But then, as you continue to do that, you need to start sending the love to your twin as well, so that they can feel that. And that's what's going to help them heal while they're in their cave, their man cave, okay? While they're in their cave, soaking or doing whatever it is they're doing. And masculines, I'm not trying to be mean by saying these things, but I just know that this is what's happening, okay? But they are in their cave, and they are hiding, okay? So the only way they're going to come out of it is if they feel the love from the Divine Feminine, bringing them out, pulling them out of that cave that they choose to hide in so long. And then it says, baby, come back home. When will you come back to me? And then we go back into the chorus again, okay? Come back to me. Where is your mind right now? It's so far away. Come back, baby. Come back to me. We can't begin to mend if you can't breathe, okay? So all of these things are just beautiful ways of expressing, the feminine is the home for the masculine, and vice versa. The masculine is home to the feminine is home to the masculine. But in order to get to home, which is union, you guys have to work through your things and come together in your own time. And the Divine Masculine has to come out of his cave eventually, and whatever time that takes him is going to be specific to him. And he will do it, because guess what? There's something in the Divine Masculine that is just going to eat at him. I'm sorry, it's just going to eat at him until he does the right thing. That's how they're set up. They're set up to be pestered and taunted. And like I said, they're in their dark night of the soul. Their spirit and their spirit guides are going to be knocking on their doors and on their noggins and saying, hey, this is where you're supposed to be. This is where you're supposed to be going. This is home. They're going to try to show the Divine Masculine just how to get there. And Divine Masculine has to humble himself and listen and come to an awareness that he has a set of spirit guides too. He has exactly what he needs for his calling, to help him grow into the strong Divine Masculine that he is already inside. And the 5D, he's already that person. And once he connects with that on the 5D, he can start to do it and see it happening in the physical as well. So I'm going to wrap it up right here, you guys. I've been really enjoying this series, excuse me, with you guys. So I want you guys to tell me how you like it, okay? Please leave some comments for me below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with other people, other twin flames and light workers, or whoever you feel like needs to hear it, okay? And another thing that I'm going to eventually talk to you guys about, I just want to throw it out there, is something that Father Mama, as you guys know, I call Godfather Mama or Source Father Mama, has shared with me. It's a beautiful revelation about Adam and Eve, okay? And this is kind of like learning how the twin flame is set up, and also it has to do with the redemption of Eve, okay? And I'll get into that more in another video, but I just want to throw that out there to you guys, because it's really interesting, the things that I'm learning from my spirit guides, and from Father Mama directly, because I channel him directly a lot of times, or him. I call him Father Mama because I feel he is a he/she, and so I'm able to tap in with that feminine masculine energy and understand more on that level because of it. So yes, there's something that's called the redemption of Eve that has to do with the divine feminines being the light for the masculines. And also this kind of goes along with what I just spoke about the cave, and the divine masculines coming from out the cave. They need to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And guess what that light is? The divine feminine. And the redemption of Eve is telling us that um, divine feminines everywhere are going to be the ones, the beacon that will bring the masculine home. Okay. In the past, you know, I think it's been the masculine that has been more of the leader as far as when it comes to on this journey. And maybe in the past, maybe other times before this age. I don't know what age we call this now, the golden age or whatever this age is right now we're headed towards. In the past, like maybe during the 70s or 60s or 70s or whenever, the twin flame journey was becoming more popular in the past. The masculines were always the ones to kind of share the journey and also woke faster, I would say. But for some reason that has flipped, and the divine feminines are the ones that have been awakening first on the spiritual level, and they are the beacon or the light for the divine masculine to come forward and to awaken himself. Excuse me. So this is an interesting revelation that I want to do some more research on before I really go into a lot more about it. But I think that there are other twin flame readers, tarot readers, that have spread a similar message about the divine feminine being like the sun now, and the divine masculine being the moon. Whereas in the past it might have been that the divine masculine was the sun and the divine feminine was the moon. But it all goes along with what I'm trying to say about the redemption of Eve, and how Eve, was the one that tempted, Eve was tempted in the Garden of Eden by the serpent first, but then she ended up giving the apple to Adam, and so as a result, we've been all, the story about the Garden of Eden. And so the redemption of Eve has to do with the whole concept of the divine feminine being the spearhead or the leader at this time in our, in our journey, in our wave, or whatever, they call it in this divine masculine, divine feminine dynamic. Okay, so she is the leader this time around, and she is leading her masculine out of the cave with the love that she has for him. And that is the light that she also has, that she shines so bright when she is awakened on this journey. And the divine masculines need you to shine your light so they can know where to go. Okay, so that light from the end of the tunnel is you, divine feminine, and the divine masculine is looking for you to be that light. Okay, so that they can come out of their dark night of the soul, because they've been awakened, but then they went in straight into their dark night of the soul. And that now it's all making sense, right? I hope you guys think this makes sense, because sometimes, like I said, I'm having issues with my throat chakra. I'm trying to heal by telling you guys all this stuff, but it sometimes just comes out and not so clear. So I want to be able to make it more clear, and that's why I want to have another separate video on the redemption of Eve. But I hope that you guys have been able to take something from this, and please let me know if you guys have resources or other materials that I can read up on to kind of give me more ideas as far as if this is going along the lines of if it's resonating with you or any other readers or people that out there. Let me know, because I'd love to hear from them as well, and to know who else out there is thinking the same, because this is universal knowledge, you guys. And that's one thing I've also found, is that as twin flames, we share a universal knowledge, because on the higher we're all connected. And that's a beautiful thing, because we don't want to ever take for granted the fact that we have this wealth of knowledge available to us. And that's why anybody who is a twin flame can be a leader at any point on this journey, because and start doing their work, because and helping heal other twin flames. Because when we do get to that point where we're starting to heal, we start automatically wanting to help other twin flames on the journey, because we've been there and we've seen how hard it is for us to get through it. So we want to make it easier for others. We have more compassion. All that ties into having more compassion for humanity and being able to help others move towards their union faster. We're all in this together. We're all trying to help each other out. Okay? So again, I want to leave it right there. And thank you guys so much for joining me today and every day. Thank you for watching these videos and going back and watching the ones from the previous or the prior videos that I've made, because they're all designed to help you on your journey to heal and to, I hope you feel more love and joy and peace as you watch these, and we laugh together, we have fun, and we can, just move forward on our journeys in love and light. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye-bye.